Okay. Like to thank everyone for being here for today's committee. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Perry for pointing out that our military did not lose the war in Vietnam. Just a minor point. It was lost when Congress stopped giving aid to South Vietnam, but our military never did a tremendous job. To me, this is a very important committee and a very important hearing because our military has way too many people or way too much focused on race. And when they talk about diversity, they're not talking about who is musically inclined or who is tall or who came from North Dakota. They're talking about race. The head of the new Joint Chiefs has said that their goal should be 42% white officers, which means, in other words, that if you're the most qualified person, but you're a white guy, you're going to have a tough time, a tougher road to hoe. DEI is a Marxist ideology, and the reason it's Marxist is they want to destroy America and they want to divide America. And one way to divide America is to have everybody not identify as, say, Mr. Lohmeyer himself. They want him to identify, I don't even know what your ethnic background is, Mr. Lohmeyer, comma, Hispanic American, or Mr. Lohmeyer, comma, Native American. And the Marxists realize that once we get that in America, where everybody thinks every election or every promotion is a battle between ethnic groups, we have destroyed America. And that is where we are going. I wish I would have brought up earlier, like I said, that new head of the Joint Chiefs says a goal should be 42% white officers. In other words, she's outright saying that we are going to discriminate against you because you're a white guy. She's outright saying that the person who gets the promotion is not necessarily going to be the best person for the job. And inevitably, it's going to create divisions within the military because it causes people to say, I should be promoted because of my background. Furthermore, this diversity thing, I suppose in some ways diversity is okay, but in other ways, I don't see what it has to do with anything. Okay, if we have two people applying for the Air Force Academy who both grew up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, lived on the same block, both played on the football team, both played saxophone in the school band, but one of them has a Hispanic grandfather, well, all of a sudden, in order to increase diversity, that's the guy who's got to be promoted first, with the idea that they have diverse backgrounds that would bring something different to the military because one guy happened to have a grandfather who was born in Mexico 100 years ago is preposterous. But that is the ideology that is being pushed today and will inevitably destroy the military and will inevitably destroy America. So I'd like to thank you three folks for being here. I do not believe that forever, I sure hope Mr. Garcia is not right, forever we're in a position in which we define people by where their great-grandparents come from and believe that if this is not true, but if my grandfather was from Mexico, I don't speak Spanish, I've never been to Mexico in my life, but somehow, therefore, I have a unique viewpoint that I have to be promoted against other people in the military. That's ridiculous, and it's scary, and it's absurd. And I wish more people would say it, and I wish they'd call out people on what exactly they mean by diversity. How because I have an ancestor born in Thailand or something, it makes me a better sergeant. It's just absurd, but that's the ridiculous ideology that's taken over America. Okay, now with that and without objection, all members have 5 legislative days within which to submit materials and additional written questions for the witnesses, which will be forwarded to the witnesses if there are no further business. Without objection, I can't believe that people think it matters where my ancestors come from when we promote somebody. But okay, without objection, the subcommittee stands adjourned. Thank you for all being here.